Hey everybody, welcome to the Geek Reloading podcast. I'm your host Adam, and as always my co-host Josh.
Hello.
And Josh, I made this episode specifically for you.
This was mine. I was trying to be inclusive and add to it, but we are talking about doggos in games today.
The best doggos in gaming. That's the thing. Like we're going for like the best doggos in gaming, essentially off the top of our heads. But also we have a really good list.
Oh yeah, like I was really surprised. I looked it up and then you added if the same amount, if not more than I did. So I was like,
yeah,
yep, this is good. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, for all of you who don't know, Josh has two pups, and he has been a dog dad. Like people say dog mom all the time. I don't hear dog dad very often.
Oh yeah, I've heard dog dad. They are my fur babies. I know a lot of people hate that, so I'm gonna say it anyways.
Yeah, that's okay. So Josh has two dog fur babies, and I have two cats. Because we don't call them fur babies, they're just pieces of shit. But yeah, I have two cats that are awful, but we love them. So this is a dog one just for Josh, and then maybe we'll do a cat one later for me. Who knows?
We definitely need to do a cat one because I was looking up cats because I was trying to be inclusive, and there's a couple cats that I love. So
yeah, but we didn't need it. We didn't need it. You know why? Because we had a good list already.
That is true. I mean, this is a lot bigger list than I was expecting.
But you should have known from us, like from you and me, you should have known that we would have had this many because we played enough games that have some pretty cool / awesome, weird, shitty dogs that we can figure it out. Because one of them you put on here, I was like, oh, that's not a cool, the cool one. That's just one that's really funny. I know which one. Anyway, so I want to start off easy, okay? Because this one is actually in Silent Hill. It's all about the alternate endings, you know, and in Silent Hill 2, one of my favorite ones, I never achieved this because apparently you have to have a killer speed run with everything right. But I loved watching the alternate endings, and one of my favorite ones was at the very end of a giant horror game. The entire thing is being controlled by a Shiba Inu in a giant control room as a weird ass random ending in Silent Hill 2. And it doesn't even have like a name. It's just a Shiba Inu. And after you've played this entire horror game, your main character goes, "No, it was you the whole time." And that's it.
Oh my gosh. Like, it really is one of those things like that. Those games just screw with you just to screw with you. Like,
it's true. It's
absolutely hilarious.
And here's the thing. Silent Hill is already a weird game. Like, if you think about it, at the very end of the first one, where you're fighting a giant moth person that's like a deity and stuff, like, it was always weird. But just the fact that they had, like, in the first one, it was aliens. And then in the second one, you literally have a dog with a headset on, slamming buttons with its paws. It's not like a humanoid dog. It's a dog. And he's like, "No, it was you the whole time."
I'm going to have to look this up because that just sounds ridiculous.
It is as ridiculous as I portray it. And so I thought it'd be a fun one to start it off with.
That's fair. I'm moving on from that. And sadly, it's not as good. My thing is like dog meat from Fallout 4. That was my first one for me because this was I was getting into this game and I was like, holy shit, I really like this. Oh my gosh, there's a dog. That's cool. And then I was like, no, I can never take the dog with me. I he gets hurt and I get sad. And then how often did I start over because dog meat died? A lot.
Really?
A lot. I learned just, let's just save all the time before we go in, because if he gets hurt, I feel bad, and now I can't play this reality anymore.
So the real question is, did you finish the game?
I did. It doesn't have like a real solid ending. I got a couple of the different endings on like the quest lines. So yeah, whatever.
Got it.
Like really, it got to the point where I got Ada, the robot, and I was like, Ada, you're coming with me. You shoot everything. Dog meat, you stay in this pimp ass doghouse that's inside a house because I don't want your doghouse to get dirty or messed up with the rain. So you just chill. You have fun. You enjoy the people in this giant ass, group that I've created. And then if guys come around, you're welcome to do anything or not. You just chill because you're my dog.
I love that you treated him like a regular dog in the regular world in a post-apocalyptic game. You're like, all right, you stay at home with all the snacks on your bitchin' bed. I'm gonna get on some power armor and go make them bottle caps because that's how I do. I love that you treated him like a regular dog. That's adorable.
It was really sad, and I really did look at myself going, maybe I'm looking at this in a weird way, but yeah, Dog Meat was just like, he was such a good puppy, just so nice. He'd just find me good stuff. Yep, I had to make sure that he was okay.
Hey, you know what? That's what matters. And honestly, what's funny is that they actually have like proven psychological like they did like studies as to why people, whether it's games or movies or books or whatever, they immediately have a connection with an animal and they immediately want to protect an animal. It's because animals in general are innocent and they're loyal naturally in people's minds. Like people naturally assume, oh, a cat's gonna like me, oh, a dog's gonna care about me, and they're not gonna do anything malicious on purpose. And so you wanting to protect Dog Meat, it makes sense.
Sadly, but it was ridiculous.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so going from the lap of luxury to a badass goddess in wolf form, the one that I picked was from Okami, and the official name is Amaterasu. And she is
look at you pronouncing.
Yeah, wow. I practiced it maybe once or twice. Yeah.
Nice.
So she's actually a goddess trapped in a wolf form, and to like the regular human eye, she's just a wolf. But in all actuality, like her tail is a paintbrush, and she can paint clouds and sky and rain and sun, and she pretty much adds color to the world. And that's awesome because she's like this goddess with all these awesome powers. But then on top of that, she's also a dog who bites and growls and attacks people. So it's a win. It's a double win.
That is pretty cool. And like, if you haven't seen this or if you don't know it, like definitely look at look it up. So you have, what the crap? My phone.
Oh, Josh is getting notifications in the middle of a podcast. Everybody,
I'm sorry, everybody.
We'll make sure that we mute them. It's not only a podcast. Man. It's his podcast. We did this for him. I might as well have a parade in the background when we do the cat one. How dare you?
You should. That would be great. Okay. No, it's so beautiful. Like I haven't played the game, but I know this game and the look of the game because it's just beautiful, and I love the stylization of Okami.
Yeah, the artistic styling. It's a watercolor brush styling, but it's not watercolor brush like a Japanese brushing. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. If you've never played it, you don't have to play it, but you could watch it and it'd be dope.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth a good watch.
Yeah. All
right, so the next one, by the requirement of my wife, I cannot talk today. Wow. My wife mentioned this, and I was already planning on putting on there, but she wanted me to mention Isabelle and KK Slider from Animal Crossing. I'm going to put on a couple more. I really like Goldie. I really like Lucky. And there's some good dogs on Animal Crossing. But Isabelle and KK is like...
They're the go-tos.
The best.
They're absolutely the best. And I was so glad you put this on, because if you hadn't, I would have. Oh, yeah. I love both of them. Isabelle, like in Animal Crossing New Leaf, that was like where I was like, oh, I'm the mayor, don't get me wrong, but she actually runs the town.
Oh yeah,
she's the one that's making it so then I can go around fucking fishing all the time, and that makes her just the best. She was the best. Exactly.
And she's so nice, so sweet, and I just love her so much. She's just great. And then
KK's always been great. He's always been one of my favorites.
He's been right from the OG, and it's like he's been great. Like I love seeing KK. He's just so cool and hip. But yeah,
and he plays every genre of music. God damn it, he knows how to play to the masses.
Yeah, he plays to everyone.
Yeah,
like everyone. He knows what's up.
Yeah, like if I were to rank musical artists from the top of the top all the way down, number one would still be KK. He'd be up there. He'd be at the top. It's KK, Prince, and then Elvis. That's the order right there.
Ooh, that's true. It has to be because, they were both kind of pigeonholed in their own type of music. KK doesn't play that.
Yeah.
And he's just super cool.
Now, here's the thing. The next one, I accidentally copied the Shiba Inu twice, but I know which one I was talking about. It was Star Fox. I know it's kind of a cop-out, and he's not technically a dog, but he is kind of. Star Fox, and then he had a general that was the dog
the general,
in the game. Whatever the general's name was on Star Fox. But Star Fox, I loved playing the games. He was almost
as annoying as Peppy, though. or as Slippy. Slippy was the annoying one. Motherfucker.
All of them were annoying. Let's be honest. There was not really like a stellar I like listening to this character anywhere near any of the Star Fox games at all.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the general dog was just like, hey, get your ass to work.
General Pepper. That's what his name was. And he was like a basset hound. General Pepper.
General fucking Pepper.
Yeah.
But no, like Star Fox, like definitely putting the fox in there, and like. Hell yeah, Star Fox was awesome. He was a badass.
That's true.
He was the best part about Star Fox.
That's true. Josh, this next one, I don't even know who this is.
Okay, so educate me. This is back in the day. This is like the first dog that I remember like in video games, and I love this dog. And I also had a problem with the dog. Like I never used. Anyways, so it's Yamato. From Shadow Dancer from Sega Genesis, way back in the day. It was Shinobi 2, Shadow Dancer, and you had this white wolf dog that followed you, and you could charge up where the dog would go and subdue like an enemy, but the dog could get hurt, and the little yelping sound was like tearjerker for me even when I was a little kid.
That's why you couldn't do it?
I never sent him out to go and fight because he doesn't get hurt or anything. He just jumps around with you like a badass. And like, you're a freaking ninja, and this dog is just like, what up? I'm right here with you. You let me know if you need anything. And it's just like, oh, fucking love that dog. But yeah, Yamato from Shadow Dancer.
Yeah, I'm clicking around, and I'm trying to look at, and he looks badass. And... yeah. The game mechanics you're describing sound really complex for, what was it, Sega? Like, dang. First Sega Genesis. Wow.
It was one of those things where I was really into that game. It was one of those ones that it was super easy on the first level, the second level was hard, the third level was fucking and then it just got worse from there. So, but it's, yeah. And it might not have been that bad if I had actually used my dog's help, but that I can't do that.
Yeah, you may have made it hurt. You may have made it way harder than it needed to be, but in your brain it needed to be safe for the dog.
It did, and wow. I got some issues here.
No, oof. Hey, it's okay. It means you care. That's what matters.
Yeah, I care about dogs,
Okay, so this one, a lot of people didn't play this game, but this game was amazing. It came out, it was during the Max Payne era where you had the bullet time and stuff kind of showing up in different games. And this game was Dead to Rights, and you play like a detective that is against the law and against crime mobs and stuff, but you had a faithful dog in Dead to Rights named Shadow. And the coolest thing about it is that you could send Shadow out and he would attack. And like in the first game, he would like just go for the jugular and like rip the guy's throat out, or he would like distract him and then you could do your bullet time and shoot him and stuff, right? But in the second game, I believe, you actually had different types of attacks. And one of them was, a scrotum attack. He would bite the guy's scrotum and incapacitate him, and then when the guy rolled onto the ground, he'd rip his throat out. It was amazing.
Oh, that is a pretty awesome dog.
Yeah, he was pretty damn amazing. And the game itself it's in one of those weird times in gaming where like, this game shouldn't be this much fun. But that game was so much fun with the bullet time. It was an insane amount of shooting in slow motion while jumping, but it was still so much fun. So nice. Yeah, Dead to Rights Shadow made it really good.
Like attacked people's genitals.
Oh yeah, and he made that game so good. It was so fun.
That's freaking awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So that I had to shout out that one because he was just badass.
All right, so my next one, it's kind of a weird situation, but I mean, anything to do with Earthworm Jim is weird. But Peter Puppy, it was Earthworm Jim's little sidekick. Cute little puppy, so nice, such a helpful puppy, until he got angry, and then he went on this fucking mad killing spree that just would kill everything. And
didn't he turn like bright red or something, or like purple or something like that?
He was a light pink puppy normally, but when he got mad, he got like roid raged red, like just like, and he would just destroy everything. And so it was just kind of like this fun little like thing that happened. Like he never really helped or anything, but he was cute. And then when he got pissed off, like he'd destroy you or the enemies. Like it was just, I had to put him on there when I was reading it. So.
That's awesome. So dude, when you picked him, I had to look on the fandom page, and I forgot just how weird Earthworm Jim is, because you have Peter Puppy and he has a cool like section, but then the other characters that they had on here, like you've got Princess what's her name, you've got Psychro, who's the main enemy, right?
Yep.
But then you got Queen Slug for a butt. And it's a regular queen who has a slug for her butt. And she looks like she is not a regular queen. She's a queen caterpillar that has like a regular queen like rib cage and arms in a slug form, and then a giant slug butt. Such a weird.
That game is just, well, I mean, like the basic
bonkers.
premise is this super massive, like amazing, like space armor falls from the sky, and an earthworm, Jim, crawls into it and becomes like the superhero. And then you use yourself as a whip through the game.
It's true.
That game went from crazy from the get-go.
Yeah, Professor Monkey for a head. It's 100% a professor body, and then there's a monkey on top of his dome, upside down, attached to his skull. Professor Monkey for, like, the names are pretty 100% accurate, but it's also just funny just that she's got a slug for her butt, and so it's Princess Slug for a butt. Like, just...
it really is a question of, like, someone, like, on vast amounts of drugs, or just, like, drawing stuff, or just coming up with the names, and then people had to draw them. Like, either way, like one of the things, like, there was drugs involved.
It was like South Park, where they just had like those like dolphins like pushing two ideas together. It's like it's a queen and a slug butt, and so you have to make that. It's just,
it's just freaking crazy.
That's so funny. Okay, so this one doesn't even actually. I don't think it actually officially has a name. But if you've ever played Resident Evil 4 and you weren't completely heartless, at the very beginning of the game, there's a dog trapped in like a bear trap. And if you save him, he comes back during one of the large troll fights, and he helps distract the troll. And so he's one of the badass dogs in my list, because like he's like whimpering and you release him, and then when you're fighting this gigantic creature that's using a tree trunk as a bat, he comes like howling off of a cliff and bursts into the boss fight and helps you fight him. So
holy shit.
Yeah, he's awesome. It's an unnamed dog from Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna have to look, because I can't say unnamed if he's that badass. If he has a name, I'm gonna give him a name, but if he doesn't have a name, he'll just be, hey, that it's that dog, because that's what Leon says. Hey, it's that dog. It's like, oh, I saved him, and now he's gonna try and help me, I guess. So that one's a big one.
How did I miss the dog in Resident Evil 4? Like, I played quite a bit, like, but I never saw the dog. Maybe
he's in the farm area at the very beginning. He's like a white dog. Here's the thing: he's off in the corner, and even though he's white, if you ever remember Resident Evil 4, everything is brown and gray, and he's brown and gray and white, so he blended in if you didn't see him. But he doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a name. But so he's just the dog.
I am genetically in tune with, hearing whiny puppies and wanting to go and help. So,
man, you dropped the ball.
Man, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely not enough for me to go back, but I'll live.
Just watch it and feel better, because he does. He distracts the monster. He never gets fully hurt, and he moves on. Granted, is he on the island that blows up at the end? I don't know. We'll have to. I don't think so. I think that's a different island. I think we're okay. Anyway,
I think we're okay on that.
Okay.
So the next one for me, and I was trying to think about this, and this one's the second dog that I was like, yes, I just fucking love this dog, is Rush from Mega Man 3.
Now, is this the one that you use as a surfboard?
Surfboard,
and you would fly through the
springboard, and
yes,
like robot dog, like hells yes.
Yeah, him in the rocket ship form was like the coolest damn thing ever. Like where you rode him like a surfboard.
You just like freaking like ran past the entire level if you could. Like, I loved it.
Pretty much.
Rush was great, and then later on, like he actually got a little bit more, like, actual like personality.
Yeah, and he was even shown on the cover, wasn't he?
Yep, it was. That was one of the big draws of Mega Man 3. Is
there's a dog?
It's not just Mega Man like you've seen before. There's also a robot dog, and yeah.
I love that they gave him lots of powers. Unlike just one single thing he can do, he was like a multi-purpose. He was like a go-go gadget dog. That's amazing. Yeah,
and
that's cool.
Seriously. Oh yeah.
Okay, so this one was a bit of a stretch, but it is like a humanoid dog, and that's Papa Rappa the Rapper from Papa Rappa the Rapper 1 and 2. Like, it's so weird to, like, you don't think about it, but yeah, he's a two-dimensional flat dog.
He's a puppy, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
black and white, gangsta dog.
Yeah, I went back and I tried to play these, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's rough. It's not as fun as I remember it from junior high, because doing that stuff, doing the order like sequences and stuff, it's just so slow, especially for a rap game. I don't know, it was rough, really, but he was cool.
Think of Dance Dance Revolution like slowed down by to 1 or 2% of what it is. Like, it was really slow.
It was really slow.
But back in the day when we were, terrible, it wasn't it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe we were just really terrible and we just felt better about ourselves because we were playing this baby-ass baby game.
We were just starving for any game out there. That was the early days of PlayStation and everything. But
that's true. And he was a rapper. So.
Yeah, and also he looks exactly the way I feel like an executive thinks a kid wants a rapping dog to look like in 1995. I feel like you look at him, he's got like two-dimensional bright colors, saggy pants, and a beanie. It was just like right up that alley, Yep. And so they were like, how can we make this appeal to the kids? And then somebody drew that and went, this is what the youth want, and that's exactly what we got.
Yeah, it exactly that. It was this 60-year-old white man sitting there going, "No, I'm learning how to draw. This is what we're gonna do. This is our new mascot. This is gonna make us all the money."
Yeah, he brought it in and he went, "Here, this is what the nanny had my son draw." And that's what it said.
This is crayon scribbles. No, turn it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
It reminds me of that Simpsons episode where they create Poochie. The exact same thing.
Exactly. Same thing.
Okay, Josh. So this one, you had a heated debate about, it's a heated debate throughout the community still, 100%, whether or not it's even a dog.
Yes, and so right from the get-go, Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Now, I always thought that he was like a coyote wolf, hybrid. But I was reading online and everyone is saying no, he is feline, and I'm like, what the shit?
Right?
Like that's a wolf. Like, look at the face. It looks like a freaking wolf. It does not look like a cat in any way, shape, or form. However,
especially if you look at the booklet.
Yeah,
if you look at the original booklet artwork for Red 13, he looks like a dog. Now, that being said, if you look at the portrait, he looks kind of like a cat.
Well, and that's the thing is like he's portrayed in so many different ways, but like still, even in like very like brand new stuff from Final Fantasy 13 or Final Fantasy 7, the new release, like he still looks like a wolf in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's got a few cat like whiskers looking like kind of the cheeks.
Yeah,
but like he's got a snout like so. Because I mean, I'll probably bring him back up when we talk about the cats online, like on gaming as well. But he's just badass. He's awesome. He helps save Aerith. Like, everything is good about Red 13. I love him.
And also, he had the like 1990s gothic tribal tattoos around his body, like on his legs and stuff, which was like 100% right for the time. And I was here for it. It's kind of interesting to watch like the evolution, because really like I feel like they tried to correct it later on with like Advent Children and stuff, but he still looks half dog, half cat.
Yeah, and you know, like whatever, like fantasy world and all that shit, but still, like I think he was more canine than feline, so. But also, I will say, I still, like, anytime I think about Red 13, I think of the song from Cosmo Canyon, and I just, that is one of my favorite songs ever. It's just that, played on an ocarina is the best.
It's a win. It's a good one. So, besides that, I would be remiss if I didn't have mentioned Final Fantasy VIII. Angelo was cool as a very small bit limit break. That was fun. Having him shoot at
Riona's.
Yeah, where he would hop on her arm and she could fire him like a cannonball, and he would like have like a rocket attack, and he would like slide into enemies. That was fun for what it was, you know.
And honestly, like I really appreciate Angelo because I'm pretty sure his design was a big part of Zwei from Ruby. And Zwei is the best puppy. Like, I think the dogs look almost the exact same, but Zwei is the successor of Ein from Cowboy Bebop. But anyways, I know a lot about Ruby, but yeah, Angelo looks just like Zwei, and I love Zwei, so I have to love Angelo for it.
That's fair. Okay. One that I forgot to mention was like in Final Fantasy 2, or not Final Fantasy 2, Fable 2. You get a dog.
Yeah, and I saw that, but I didn't know enough about it, like, because I don't know how much that dog did.
So Laura, my wife, played Fable a ton. And Fable 2, the dog will help you find treasures. The dog will like react to you doing different things, good or bad, and I don't think the dog fights, but I do remember the dog specifically helping you find cool shit. And so
wait a minute, the dog judges you if you do bad shit?
No, I think that like actions like fighting and stuff you get celebrated. I'm not sure, but I do remember there was a dog there, and that was important. I think it meets a sad demise. I'm not sure.
Oh no!
But still, another reason for Josh to not play the game ever. But
that's very true.
So I was
just hoping for that dog to just like look at you doing something like stealing food from someone or something, and
like looking at you
just
judgmentally,
shake your head with judgment on his eyes, like you're not doing the right thing. You're going down a bad path.
The dog has glasses that it looks down and it moves the glasses down and like gives you that stare.
Exactly, like the paw like somehow flips around and then just pulls the glasses down.
Yeah,
like,
and then
just out of frame.
Using its tail, it says, "I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed."
Exactly. That's what I was hoping to see.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so that's our good list. That's our good list. But you had a call out for one negative one.
I just had to mention this one, and I think every one of us that played it, everyone that played Duck Hunt, hates that dog as much as I do. Like,
does the Duck Hunt dog have a name? We should.
No, I was looking it up, and it's literally Duck Hunt dog. Like
Duck
even
Hunt
in
dog.
Smash Brothers, like Duck Hunt Dog.
Yeah.
Like it, but that dog, I have never wanted to shoot a dog ever, except for that dog. I remember wasting so many rounds in Duck Hunt just trying to shoot that dog.
I think that that's the only dog that you're allowed to feel good about wanting to murder. I feel like that's the pass.
It's like, and now the dog is in Smash, and it's like, if anyone is playing that Duck Hunt dog, they are a target for me. I have rage issues when it comes to that Duck Hunt dog.
Josh has some unresolved childhood trauma with that dog.
Oh yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
I will end that dog if I could. But
and on that note, we'll end the podcast. Josh hates that dog. Okay. So that was our best Doggos in games, or just interesting Doggos in games episode. If we missed one that you thought should have been on there, let us know. Message us either on Facebook, Instagram, or message us on geekreloading@gmail.com. All of our other contact info and everything that you can follow us on is on the stinger. Josh, kind of looking at some of the stuff, I keep track of our podcast stuff. We're getting some pretty cool views and everything, but also that link tree to all of our options apparently does really well. So then whoever's streaming on anything, they can find where we can be streamed. And I think that we are on every major streaming service now that I could get us on. It's a whole big process, guys. So so all of our deals and stuff, we usually have our link tree listed somewhere on our episodes, but we also have been doing deals and stuff lately too. So make sure to like and follow us on our social medias, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks.
Geek Reloading Podcast with Adam and Josh. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Have a question? Email us at geekreloading@gmail.com. Theme song titled Rocket by Kevin MacLeod. You can rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on your preferred podcast service.